Welcome to the In Love with PMDD podcast. I am your host, Dr. Rose, your PMDD relationship psychotraumatologist, and I help you stop the monthly PMDD breakups. PMDD is premenstrual dysphoric disorder. It is in approximately 1 in 5 women, and it makes you want to break up with your partner approximately 1 to 2 weeks before your period every single month. So as someone who has suffered with PMDD for over 18 years, I dedicated my doctorate practice to helping partners navigate those monthly PMDD breakups with everything from attachment styles, triggers, sensitivity to noise, sensitivity to touch, all of the things that you really struggle with when you're in PMDD. And I also dedicated my dissertation to a phenomenological study of the relationship experiences of partners of individuals who suffer with premenstrual dysphoric disorder. So I'm not just here to help the sufferer, the one who is suffering with PMDD. I am here for the partners as well. So if you need those private sessions, make sure you go to inlovewithpmdd.com and get those tools. So let's get into this week's PMDD trauma transformational tools that is going to help you stop the monthly breakups and stop the suffering and stress in your PMDD relationship. Let's get into it. Today, we are going to be talking about the benefits of being in a relationship while you have PMDD. So I'm very excited to talk to you about this one because I've already done the episode on the benefits of being single. So this is part 2. We're going to be talking all about the benefits of having a PMDD partner and being in not just having a partner, but having a supportive and understanding relationship, because it's always the goal. We always say we want to be with a supportive PMDD partner. We want a supportive PMDD partner for all of the suffering that we're going through. And number one, I just want to preface that I do not think anyone who has this disorder should do this alone, should do life alone when you have PMDD, because there are so many moments that I know that I have experienced alone, even while being in relationships, that I just really felt, I'm trying to use another word outside of alone. I really felt you almost get to a point where I'm processing this, but I'm trying to give this to you in the most authentic way. A lot of times when myself included or private clients have had suicidal ideations, so this is a trigger warning for all of you. It's because you thought the world would be better off without you. You thought you're this horrible person. You're going to be in this suffering for so long. No one's ever going to understand you. No one's ever going to be able to support you in a way that's going to feel like they really get you. And you just feel like you're suffering with this disorder alone, and this leads to suicidal ideations. Because you feel like no one would notice if you were gone. Everyone would just continue on with their life. They would be better off. And what being in a relationship does for you is it counters that. It goes against that notion and that feeling and that thought that the world would be better off without you, because you have a person that is literally should be telling you on a consistent basis, not only do I want you in my life, I need you in my life. And when you have someone that needs you, it gives you a sense of purpose for being here in this world with your PMDD suffering. It's almost like it makes it worth it for you. When I've had partners in the past, when I know the way that I contribute to their life, the way that they needed me, the way that I added value to their life, there was no way I was going to leave them on this earth. There's no way I'm going to take my life because I know what that would look like for them. So even in moments where I really thought to myself that if it was just me, and I know a lot of you have been there. Again, trigger warning. You've had that thought. Maybe you're not in a relationship and you thought to yourself, it's just me. Life is going to go on. Even if you have kids, you may say, oh, they can go stay with an auntie or something. Like you minimize your contribution to the world because of your suffering. But when you have a supportive PMDD partner who is consistently telling you how grateful they are that they have you in their life, how they don't know what they would do without you, then you don't go there. You tend to have less suicidal ideations, less suicidal attempts, because you don't allow yourself to go there because of your partner, because you're connected, because you understand that being in an intimate relationship means you're both connected. What happens to you happens to them. And so when you really understand that, it keeps you from taking those actions and for sitting in those thoughts, because it then becomes, but my purpose is now within another person, not just myself. I'm bigger than myself. This life is more than about me. And when you begin to know that life is more than about you, you cherish your life more. You value your life more. And you have that person that's willing to tell it to you, to validate to you, to remind you. They're literally able, and I've seen it done on private sessions so many times where their partners are literally telling them, I know you feel like you don't want to live anymore. I know you feel like you don't want to be here, but I need you. I need you here. The kids need you here. The dogs, the fish, the cats, your job, your friends. That you have a partner that is reminding you of your worth and value on this earth. That is priceless. That is priceless. Because you can't pay someone to do that for you. Someone who loves you, who adores you, who cares about you, who values you is going to remind you of your worth when you get in those moments and you're suffering deep in PMDD and they see it in you. They're going to come in and they're going to provide you with that emotional support, and that could save your life. I've seen it save lives. I've seen partners literally save lives. A lot of times with PMDD, they are the real heroes because they're willing to endure so much. They're willing to adjust so much, and they're pouring into you even when their needs aren't getting met. They're giving you reassurance that you're worthy of being here, of being in a relationship, of being loved. They're comforting you through your suffering. They're validating your feelings. They're saying, I know you're suffering. I know it sucks. I know it's horrible. I'm so sorry this is happening to you. They're alleviating your distress, those feelings of isolation when you're wanting to just curl up in a ball and hide yourself under the covers. They're coming under the covers right with you. They're rubbing your hair. They're rubbing your back. They're telling you, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to do anything for me. I just want you to be okay. I just need you here with me. Even if you don't do another thing, I just need you here with me. Just stay with me. Stay with me. Stick with it. Fight through this for us. Fight through this for us. If you're not willing to fight for you, fight through this for me. This is what the partners are saying to you that are suffering in PMDD. I need you here. Please fight through PMDD for me. And when your partner is providing you with that emotional support, there's a strength that is built up within you to be there for them. You're stronger than you think, stronger than you know, stronger than you feel because of your partner, because of that person, because of the love that you have for them, because you can see the longing on their face, the needy, like, I need you. You can see that. My life would suck without you. I would not be okay without you. These are what partners are telling you. And you know it's true. It's not BS. It's not something that they're just saying. If you really think about it, you know what they're talking about. You know the contributions that you make to their life. You know, when you first get into a relationship with a person, you go through the dating phase, you're not really integrated. They're kind of just getting to know each other. You're going through that phase of like, I like you, you like me. Maybe you sleep together. I don't know. Everybody has different morals and values. It's very surface level, right? It's cute and it's enjoyable and it feels good. But when you get into an intimate relationship and you connect yourself with this person and you do life with this person, life is going to life. Life is going to happen. And I guarantee you, if you think back right now, there's been some moments with your PMDD partner, some things that you have gone through together that you know that you couldn't have gone through them without them being right there. Life situations, deaths, miscarriages, sicknesses, diseases, financial struggle, problems with the kids, parenting, co-parenting, blended families, all of these things that you've gone through with your partner, and you know that you couldn't have gone through it without them. Like there was going to be no way for you to navigate everything that you had to deal with on the outside world without having your partner to come home to vent to talk to lay in their arms, to have them tell you that it's okay, for you to feel the weight being lifted off of you because you have them, for them to just be that rock for you, that when you come home and you've dealt with a hard day and they're just like, lay it on me, tell me what you got. And they don't hold it against you. Now, everything I'm telling you about is a supportive PMDD partner, where I'm going to get to the narcissist, right? I'm going to get to them at the end. But a supportive PMDD partner will allow you to emotionally unload your baggage onto them in a healthy way. I don't mean you're yelling at them. I don't mean you're demeaning them. I don't mean you're blaming them, you're shaming them. I'm saying you're dealing with life and you're able to talk to them about what's bothering you. When you have that intimate relationship with your PMDD partner, you can't talk to just any person about a lot of the struggles that you have. A lot of times it's just your PMDD partner. And if you didn't have that person that you can just let everything go, take the backpack off that you've been carrying around all day, the backpack of emotions, the backpack of rejection, the backpack of depression, the backpack of anxiety, the backpack of not feeling good enough, the backpack of people not seeing your true heart and your values, the backpack of having to put up a facade when you're really suffering. You lay all that down when you come home to your partner. That's why it's called an intimate partner. Into me. You're seeing into me, the core of who I am. You're seeing a side of me that no one else sees, not even my children. I'm allowing you to see that. And I'm trusting you with that you're not going to use it against me, that you're going to help heal the parts of me that I'm telling you are now broken. That's the benefit of having a partner. Of knowing if I just hold on to the end of the day, I know I'm going to come home and I'm going to be able to let my partner know what's going on, and they're going to make me feel better just by their presence. I'm going to immediately feel better. They're going to hug me and I'm going to feel a weight being lifted off of me. I'm going to lay on the couch with them. They're going to put their arms around me, and all that noise, all that anxiousness, all those intrusive thoughts, they're going to go away. When your PMDD partner is your peace, it's priceless. It's priceless because no one else can do what they do. No one else. Sometimes it's just you looking at your PMDD partner in the eyes and you feeling that peace. That peace of knowing I got you. I get you and I got you. It's that peace of knowing I'm going to sleep with someone that has my back. That no matter what anyone else in the world says about me, whatever they think about me, it doesn't matter. Because this person knows me and they support me 100% regardless. And so the next way of having a partner is beneficial when you have PMDD. It's that practical assistance, right? So, a lot of times when you go into PMDD, there's chores, there's childcare, there's daily activities that cause you to have stress and overwhelm that exasperate your symptoms. When you have a partner that is supportive, when you come home from work, or if you work from home, or when they come home, whatever it looks like, they're helping you. You're not taking on all of the load by yourself. You're not doing all of the chores. You're not taking care of the kids by yourself. You're not going to get the groceries by yourself. You're not changing. You're not going to get your oil changed by yourself. You're not going to do all these. You're not doing all of the day-to-day things by yourself. You're not, because you have a partner. So your partner can come in and go pick up your car without you even asking. Pick up your car and take it for an oil change. Pick up your car, put gas in it. Take the kids. Tell you to go out to dinner, babe. Go get something to eat. Go to the spa. Go do something. I'm gonna help the kids with their homework. Go take a walk, babe. I see you're stressed out. I got this. I'm gonna finish dinner. You might have started dinner, gotten to a PMDD episode, felt stressed and felt overwhelmed, and your partner just come behind you in the kitchen, wrap their arms around you and say, I love you. I got this. Let me finish this. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go watch TV. Go take a walk. Go do whatever you need to do. I got this. I'm going to finish dinner for us. And so when you have a supportive PMDD partner like this, they don't have to worry about whether they're going to get their needs met. Just think about that. If you are stressed out in PMDD and your partner comes over and takes the stuff from you and helps you out with dinner and takes care of the kids, do you think that they're going to be worried about getting their needs met? Are you going to have a problem being affectionate towards them? Are you going to have a problem being loving towards them? No, because they've taken the load off. A lot of times partners are coming to me for private sessions and saying, I need my partners to be more supportive. I need my needs to be met. And you're not meeting their needs. You're not taking anything off of their plate with these practical things that I'm mentioning. If you're in a relationship, you have duties and responsibilities. These are part of it. Your partner should not be doing all of everything. If your partner is doing all of everything, you're going to have a problem getting your needs met. So the first thing I always say, if you're not getting your needs met in the relationship, ask yourself, is the load even, or is it tilted to one side? Is your partner taking on a lot of the practical things? Are they doing all of the chores in the house? Are they maintaining the household? Are they financially supporting themselves? Do they have that financial burden all themselves? Are they taking care of the kids by themselves? Are they doing the daily activities that they have to do to maintain the household by themselves? Then, oh, yes, you're going to have issues getting your needs met because they're stressed and overwhelmed. The benefits of having a PMDD partner is that they're taking part of the stress and the overwhelm. They're taking part of the task. It's not PMDD individualized. It's partner, meaning they're partnering with you in life, meaning they should be doing nothing alone unless they're desiring to. A lot of times you're having issues in your relationships because you're not in a partnership with PMDD. I'm going to repeat that. A lot of times you're having issues with your PMDD relationship because you're not in a partnership. You're not partnering with your partner. They're doing everything and you're sitting back and receiving the benefits of it and then wondering why your needs are not met. Be a partner and your needs will get met. It's a very simple formula and I hate math, but I've seen it work so many times. Be more of a partner. Think of it as a partner. Take on more tasks, take something off of their plate and not throw it in their face and not make them feel bad about it. Don't be like, look, I'm going to do this because I know you can't do it because you're in PMDD. No. You do not blame and shame your partner for having PMDD and help them despite that and think that you're going to get your needs met like that. If this is the way that you're partnering with them, that's a problem. PMDD is not our fault, but it is our responsibility to manage. Remember that if you're a partner, remember PMDD is not our fault. We didn't ask for this, but it is our responsibility to manage. So that's why we're here getting the tools. So I'm not letting your partner off the hook, the PMDD sufferer off the hook, and saying because they have PMDD, they could treat you anyway. I'm never saying that. I will never give permission for either partners to verbally, physically, emotionally abuse each other because you're suffering with this PMDD. You don't have permission to do that. But you do have the responsibility to manage it. And by manage it, it means if you have untreated PMDD, meaning you're not seeing a practitioner, you're not getting guidance, you don't have a person to talk to. Talk therapy is one of the realms that I use. I use talk therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy. It just depends on what you have going on. But if you don't have someone, then that means your PMDD is untreated. That means at any moment you could go off on your partner. You're putting yourself at risk for that and not be able to fix it. Because a lot of times when clients are coming to me, it's like once everything's blown up. And so it's harder to manage once it's already unraveled, once you've already gone off and you've already done damage. It's not impossible, but it's way harder because now everybody's triggered and we're trying to get the fire down. Right? It's like a fire for the firefighters. Like it's way easier if you catch the fire when it's smaller versus when it's huge. Now you have to have multiple trucks and things and things to really get it down. So what we want to do by you having that person, which goes into the next thing, is your partner encourages you to seek treatment for your PMDD. A supportive PMDD partner is going to encourage you to seek professional help for managing your PMDD symptoms. Absolutely 100%. I've had so many partners purchase packages on behalf of the PMDD sufferer and say, I know that they need this, Dr. Rose. They're not going to admit it. Maybe they're not in a place. Maybe they say we can't afford it. I made it work. I'm paying for it. Here are the sessions. All they have to do is show up. This is what supportive PMDD partners are saying to you. They're saying, all you have to do is show up with Dr. Rose to the company. They may come to you to the appointments. They may remind you of the tools. They may ask you about what are the tools that Dr. Rose gave you from the session. Let me help you implement them on your day-to-day life. Like, let me help you. Let me help you engage in some of these self-care practices. If you have a PMDD partner's morning routine, let me watch the kids. Let me take care of things for you. Let me fix your breakfast so you can go do your morning routine or your evening routine or your afternoon routine. A PMDD partner is going to put you in a position to where you managing your PMDD symptoms is going to be easier because they're going to be helping you. They're going to be advocating for you to do this. They're going to be supporting you in doing this. They want you to get help. They want you to seek treatment. They don't want PMDD to be untreated. Number one, because it causes them to suffer as well. But number two, they don't want to see you suffer. A supportive PMDD partner is never just going to sit around and watch you suffer. Then it's not going to happen. They're going to be trying to do something. They're going to be trying to do something to ease your suffering. And that's the benefit of being in a relationship with someone while you have PMDD, because you have that person that's not going to let you have your PMDD be untreated. They're not going to let you do it. Even if you can't afford it, they're going to pay for it. Even if you say you don't have the time, they're going to help you make time. They're going to take something off your plate so that you do have time. Even if you say, I can't do the tools that Dr. Rose gave me, they're going to help you use the tools. They're going to put you in a position to where you're treating your PMDD. They're going to support you in the treatment of your PMDD. But without that person, it's easy for you to say, I can't do it. I can't afford it. I don't have the time. I'm too stressed and overwhelmed to use the tools because you're on your own. But when you have a partner, that goes out the window because they're not going to let you have untreated PMDD. They're going to help you. And so the next thing is having a PMDD partner and being in a PMDD relationship. It gives you an increased level of understanding and awareness of PMDD itself. You're both learning about the condition together. You're both learning about the symptoms and how it impacts your day-to-day life. And this is what's going to help your partners to have more empathy towards your suffering, because you're going to be consistently, they're learning about PMDD, and it's two of you now. It's not just, you're not just on your own with educating yourself about PMDD. It's two of you. They're coming home with articles and things that they've read. They're listening to my podcast and saying, hey, Dr. Rose said we should do this. What do you think, babe? You have a whole nother person that's advocating for you getting better in PMDD, for you treating it. Because although PMDD, there's no cure for PMDD, it is manageable with treatment. And they're helping you with that. It's helping you with the communication. They're communicating to you about things that are going to help your PMDD symptoms. Babe, how about we try this? I know last month this was really overwhelming for you. How about we try this? They're going to be experimenting with you, because PMDD looks different for everyone. It really, really does. But when you're in a relationship, you have a second set of eyes. There's so many things that partners see that we can't see when we're suffering. We can't see it because we're the ones suffering. We can't see it because we're in it, but there's so many things that they see, and they can help you, but you have to allow them. So for all of those independent PMDD sufferers, please allow your partner to help you. A PMDD partner cannot really do what they're meant to do unless you help them by allowing them to do it, by not pushing back, by not saying, I got this. I've been there before. They're trying to help you. And you're like, I got this. Stop it. Stop that. Let them help you. Let go of your ego. Let go of your pride. Stop trying to control everything, and let your partner be a partner. Let your partner be a partner. So the next thing is about the benefits of being in a relationship is partners in a relationship with someone with PMDD, your partner is number one, your partner is growing immensely. The amount of growth that a PMDD partner, the one who doesn't have PMDD, has is amazing. They grow on such a personal level. They become more adaptable. They become more flexible. They become more patient. These are characteristics that they may have never had before. But now that they're in a relationship with someone that has PMDD, they're better at it. They're better at, and this lends to their job. They're better at work now because they have more empathy for their coworkers, for their boss, for people that they work, their friends, their family, because they've seen you suffering. They've developed this level of empathy. They're more flexible and adaptable. They know that if PMDD comes, certain things have to change. So that means when things change in their day-to-day life, like they're more susceptible to be flexible with it. They learn to anticipate your fluctuations in mood and energies during PMDD. They learn to do that not just with you, but with other people. And that's a skill. It is a skill to learn to anticipate fluctuations in moods and energies of other people. And you are giving your partner real life college by being in the relationship with you, because they've had to learn how to anticipate your fluctuations. And now when other people's fluctuations and moods and energies happen, they're not fazed by it. They're not overwhelmed by it. They're like, oh, okay, I get it. I get when this happens. This is what I need to do. It causes them to be more resilient. You've heard my ex-PMDD partner come on the podcast and say he got his master's in counseling because of my PMDD, because he wanted to learn more about humans and what to do with them and all these things. You become a better person as a partner with someone who has PMDD. You become a better person. It makes you better. And I know that it doesn't feel like it in the process, but you actually become better. That's one of the gifts that you get. And another thing that happens when you're in a relationship with someone who has PMDD is you start sharing coping strategies and techniques for managing PMDD. And a lot of times, if your partner has another disorder, like ADHD, ADD, OCD, PTSD, they need coping strategies. And a lot of those translate from PMDD to those other things. So a lot of the things that you're learning about PMDD, you can use in their disorder. So they may learn how to identify triggers. They may learn how to practice, relaxation techniques that stop you from going off on PMDD rage. They may implement lifestyle changes that help them with their disorder, but they never would have gone down that rabbit hole of even learning any of this had they not been in a relationship with someone that has PMDD. When you are connected to someone who has PMDD, you automatically become more self-aware, more adaptable. You develop additional coping strategies. This is making you a better human all around. This helps you with your children. It helps you in all facets of life. So I don't want you to feel like, how you think sometimes you're like, oh, my partner would be better off without me. They'd be better off with somebody else. No, they're better off because of you. Your partner is better off because they're in a relationship with you who has PMDD. I want you to know that. I don't think many people realize that, but you're actually making your partner better. You're not making them worse. You're not damaging them. You're making them better. So another thing that can happen is there's this mutual growth. Like once you have gone through so much within PMDD, you feel like you can go through anything. Once you've gone through a couple of months of bad PMDD, you feel like you can tackle the world. It's me and you against the world, babe, because there's nothing worse than this. Like you've overcome so many challenges, so many bad months that you feel like you can handle anything in your relationship because you've managed PMDD, because you've navigated it and you've done it together. It's been a teamwork thing. Now, this is for individuals that are in PMDD relationships with supportive PMDD partners, right? Supportive PMDD partners, meaning you're doing things together to manage PMDD, not you're watching your partner do things in PMDD and you're just over here on the sidelines, like, let me know when you get it together. No. What it looks like for you to mutually have this growth and empowerment and all these things is when your partner's suffering in PMDD, you are right there. You are asking them every single month what it is that they need. You are doing work with them. I've seen a lot of narcissists take credit for managing PMDD and they've not done the work. That grinds my gears. That's a trigger for me because I know what it looks like to really be in there and do the work. And I know what it looks like when people try to take credit for it. So what it looks like is when your partner is suffering in PMDD and they're curled up in a ball and they're crying and uncontrollably, you're holding them. So I must tell you what it looks like so you know what it does. So that way you can know what it doesn't look like. When your partner's an example, because this happens, when they're crying in a ball in a corner, it is not you telling them you got this and telling them to get up and shake themselves off. It is you getting on the floor and you holding them. It is you allowing them to lay their head in your lap and you rubbing their back. It is you getting in the bed with them and not expecting anything in return, but you just rubbing their back and holding them as they're crying or as they're sad or as they're going internal. It is you making the meals for them when they feel like they don't have the energy to do it. Cooking for them. If you can't cook, you're ordering out for them. It is you putting your needs to the side in moments of intense suffering and not throwing it in their face later on. I'm not giving permission for PMDD sufferers to say, oh, well, when I'm in PMDD, I don't have to meet your needs because I'm suffering. That's not what I'm saying. Don't twist my words. I already know where your brain is going. Don't twist my words. What I'm saying is when you notice that your partner is in immense suffering, that you put your needs to the side for a moment and you be there for them. And if you get your needs met later on, absolutely. Can you tell your partner what you need later on once they're back on their feet? Absolutely. But not in the moment, not like, oh, babe, I really could use some sex right now. If you don't stop it, stop it. Because if you don't have the maturity and the emotional intelligence enough to put your needs to the side for the sake of your partner, you don't deserve to be in a relationship. If you don't have the capacity to do that, then just don't get in a relationship. If it's going to be all about you, narcissist, then don't be in a relationship because you are severely going to damage the other person. So this is about mutual growth together. That means you're going on sessions with your partner. When they say, "Hey, I'm getting sessions with Dr. Rose," you want to talk to me so that you can figure out what it is that you need to do to be a better PMDD partner. You're not coming on the session to complain about them, to blame them and shame them. You're desiring to be on a session with me so that you can learn how to be a better partner. That's what it means by mutually doing the work. When your partner reads a book on PMDD, what little that there are, I'm working on mine, so bear with me. When they're listening to the podcast, you're listening to the podcast as a partner who's supportive because you want to hear some tools. I have over 160 episodes, probably more now by the time this gets released, of tools. Every single episode has tools. I never release an episode without giving you PMDD relationship tools. This is not a syndicated podcast where I'm just on here talking about how horrible my PMDD relationship and symptoms are. Every single episode has tools. So if you think about that, if you're a partner and you go back and you just start listening to the tools and seeing what applies to your relationship, it's free. I don't charge for the podcast. Does it cost money to operate, to produce my podcast? Absolutely. It costs a lot of money. Am I charging for it? Absolutely not. So if you're not taking the free tools, then I know for sure you're not taking my paid tools. Start there. Okay. And so the last benefit of being in a relationship with someone while you have PMDD is the intimacy and connection. I cannot stress this one enough. If you think that you're being a supportive PMDD partner and there's no intimacy and emotional connection, you're not. This is the key to being in a relationship with PMDD: intimacy and connection. And what I mean by intimacy, I'm not just talking about sex. I'm not talking about sex, but I'm not just talking about sex. Intimacy means you know what's really going on with your PMDD partner. You've created a safe space for them to talk to you about whatever it is that they need to talk to you about, and you're not shaming them and blaming them for it. You're being vulnerable with them. You're not just being surface level. When you're being surface level, this is the antithesis. This is the opposite of being intimate. When you're just talking about day-to-day stuff, what do you want for dinner? What do you want this? What do you got going on at work? But that's not being intimate. Intimate is, how are you feeling? What's going on with you? What's going on with your head? What's going on with your heart? What's going on? What's going on with your insecurities? What's going on? When you're connecting on that intimate level, the sex comes after that. You will never, someone who is intimate, feels intimately close and connected to their partner, will never have to beg their partner for sex. I'm going to solve that puzzle for you right now. Even with PMDD, a lot of times there's this symptom where you don't feel like being touched by your PMDD partner. I'm gonna do an episode on that. It's because you don't feel safe with them. I know it's hard to it's a hard pill to swallow, because I've been in relationships where I've not wanted to be touched when I'm in PMDD, and I've been in relationships where I have wanted to be touched when I'm in PMDD. You have to feel safe with your partner to be able to express your emotions and know that they're not going to be thrown back in your face. To know that your partner's not going to yell at you and cuss at you and tell you you just need to suck it up. You have to have that space for feeling safe and feeling close, and the intimacy will come. And that's the beautiful part about being in a relationship with someone when you have PMDD, is because, when you get in your follicular days, for me, it's even in ovulation, you're going to feel so warm and loving and caring. And you're going to want to give that to someone really bad because you're going to feel good. And you're going to want to make someone else feel good because you feel good. And you're going to wish that you had someone that you could make feel good. It's genuinely going to bring you pleasure to pleasure a partner that you feel safe with. I have to keep prefacing that. You're going to want to like touch them. You're going to want to hold their hand. You're going to be drawn to them, literally drawn to them, to where it's, again, this is why I say, if your partner feels safe with you, you're never going to have to beg for it because they're literally not going to be able to not. Like they're going to feel stressed and overwhelmed while you're sitting on the couch and they're going to want to lean on you because they feel safe and close to you. Now, if they don't feel safe and close to you, they're going to be all the way on the other end of that couch. You're going to scoot towards them. They're going to scoot away from you because they don't feel safe with you. And PMDD exasperates that. It like magnifies it. They really don't feel safe with you because whatever threat that they have in their mind, it's like in the forefront of their mind. It's magnified when they're in PMDD. They can try to hide it in their follicular days and, sugarcoat it or whatever. But when they get into PMDD is like danger, danger. Nope, nope, nope. We don't want to be close to that. That's dangerous emotionally. So instead of focusing on trying to find out how you can get more sex and find out how you can get intimacy that way, find out how you can be a safer, more supportive PMDD partner. And a lot of your problems as partners will go away. But these are the benefits. It's so beautiful. It really is. It's almost like you'll get to the point when you're with a safe PMDD partner, a supportive one, well, you'll start to think it's almost like too good to be true. I've seen this before, and don't sabotage it. Please don't sabotage it. If you feel like it's too good to be true, if you're dating someone and you meet someone and it just seems too easy, like and this can happen for a lot of PMDD partners who have been in abusive, traumatic relationships in the past, that when they get with a partner and everything's going smoothly, even when they're in PMDD, you're putting up your boundaries. You're saying, I can't, I can't do this at this time, and I can't. And your partner's like, oh, okay, babe, I understand. Like it's gonna be like almost too good to be true. You can be like, wait, so you don't have a problem with that? Like I'm about to put my phone on do not disturb because I just can't be bothered right now. And your partner's like, okay, I understand. Like, let me know like when you want to connect. And you're like, what? You don't have a problem with that? Like you're not suspicious of that? Like you're not about to question me? Like you're gonna get to that place. But I want you to don't bleed on people that didn't cut you. That's what one of my mentors said. And what that means is by bleeding on them, I mean, don't punish them. Don't make them pay for what your ex did. Completely take the time to heal so that when you get in a relationship, it's not going to be, oh, this is too good to be true for me to have this supportive PMDD partner. It's going to be, this is exactly what I deserve. Like you're gonna see them exude those supportive qualities, and you're gonna be like, this is it. This is what I deserve. Like I deserve this. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I've been talking about this whole time. This is what a supportive PMDD partner looks like. I deserve this empathy. I deserve this support. I deserve this nurturing partner. I deserve this kind person, this genuine person, this person that genuinely has my best interest and doesn't really want to take anything from me. They just want to be around me. I deserve this. This is the kind of confidence that you're going to have once you're healed. You're going to believe that you deserve it. You're not going to believe, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough for this person. Like this is what happens when you date and you're trying to date a person and they're a good person, but you feel like you're not worthy of them. You're going to immediately begin to self-sabotage the whole thing, because you're not going to believe you deserve it. So I want you to heal yourself. If you're dating and you've been in a relationship that hasn't been the best, you didn't have a supportive PMDD partner, please heal yourself before you get in another relationship. Don't just hop in there, because all of the stuff that you haven't healed is going to come out and it's going to pour on the other person. And it's not their fault. It's not your partner's responsibility to heal you from a previous relationship. So these are the benefits. I want you to be in a relationship, but I want you to be healed before you get into another PMDD relationship. If you're in a relationship and you need healing while you're in a relationship from things that have happened with your partner, I want you to heal from that. I want you to have sessions with me and get the healing so that you don't continue to do damage, because everything that you've dealt with your current PMDD partner that you're in a relationship with, all the traumatic stuff, if you don't heal it, it's just going to keep coming up in your relationship. We have to uncover it. We have to heal it so that we can move forward. If that's something that you need help with, go to my website, inlovewithpmdd.com, book those sessions, get those packages, and I will see you next time. We got this. Love you. I hope this PMDD episode helped you and your partner in your struggles within your relationship. And if this is something that you know that you need help with and you need further support, individualized support, make sure you're going to inlovewithpmdd.com and you're getting those private sessions to really work through what you're going through in your relationship, specifically in regards to PMDD. And also, I want you to leave a 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts. What this does is it helps other PMDD sufferers and partners find this show that can help them get these free PMDD relationship tools. I remember what it felt like to not know that there were tools out there specifically for PMDD relationships. So I want to make sure that you are sharing these tools with others, share them on your social media, share them with people that you know that are also struggling in their PMDD relationships. Until next episode, this is Dr. Rose, your PMDD relationship psychotraumatologist. One more thing, I almost forgot. I now have the Fresh Start PMDD Partners Workbook. What this workbook can do is if you've had past traumatic experiences with your partner, past fights, past arguments, and they keep coming up every single month in PMDD, I created a Fresh Start Workbook so that you can deal with all of the traumatic experiences that have happened in the past in PMDD rage and all of these things so you can stop going through the same cycle again and again and again. So get that workbook. It comes with a video episode of the actual podcast that I recorded on getting a fresh start in your PMDD relationship. So you're not continuing the same cycle again and again and again. So make sure that you get that workbook. And if you need those individualized counseling sessions, you know where to go, inlovewithpmdd.com. Until next time, we got this. Love you.